Hey there folks, Wrel here. Today we're going to be reviewing the Drifter jetpack for the Light Assault class in Planetside 2. To run it down, the Drifter pack is an alternative to the standard jump jets that has greater horizontal speed, longer hovering time, and quicker regeneration, but no vertical motion, that's upward thrust. Basically, the Drifter pack kind of kills off the main thing that the class was intended to do, which is to circumvent enemy defenses and blockades that no other class can get around. In a sense, it still does this, but it really requires a lot of assistance. That's not to say that the pack is worthless, it's not, it's just very situational. The way you have to play the Drifter Assault opposed to a standard Light Assault changes a great deal. I used to actually think that these were really underpowered, but I've done so much with drifters that I wouldn't have even come close to doing with standard jump jets that I really just can't complain. So let's go over the specifics. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm not sure what some of the recharge and hover time values are, so if you can fill in the blanks, please comment below and then I'll update the video. At rank 1 you have about a 7-second hover time and it recharges in about 12 seconds. Then at rank 4, notice I skipped a couple ranks, at rank 4 you get about a 15-second hover time and then I'm not actually sure the recharge speed. At rank 5 you double the rank 4 hover time, so you end up with 30 seconds and you recharge in about 8 seconds. So that's a substantial difference between rank 4 and rank 5. When you are hovering, your accuracy takes a severe hit. We're going to take a look at the groupings for the hip fire from a Solstice carbine and then again with the aim down sights. Aside from destroying your accuracy while in use, the Drifter pack has a few interesting properties. In this footage you'll see me stand on a rail and just hold the forward key while using drifters. You'll notice I only reach the box. Here's another clip, but this time I'm tapping the forward key instead of holding it. So this allows me to keep more height. In this case, it allows me to clear the box and then some. So it's important to note that holding a direction makes you descend more quickly than if you were to tap the key. Hovering in place almost eliminates your descent. At levels 1 and 2, I find drifters are a bit too limited in their usage, unlike their big brothers, the standard jump jets, who are extremely useful even at low ranks. But I want to show you some of the functional benefits this pack has over the standard jump jets. When your aircraft explodes, there is a great potential for better positioning. You can cross small chasms very easily without drawing too much attention to yourself by jumping high into the air. And it's a lot easier to do than with standard jump jets. And you could do a lot of fun stuff with jump pads and elevators. and staying above the enemy sight line makes it really easy to get the drop on a group of them. So by landing behind them, then you can just start kind of cleaning up shop. If I were to suggest an ideal build for drifter jets, this is what I would equip. A rifle with, at the very least, a flash suppressor and a night vision scope. I feel that the standard suppressor kind of gimps my damage too much for it to be useful. I'd use either smoke grenades or frag grenades, and that depends on your playstyle. And also extra magazines or the grenade belt. Also depends on your playstyle. I actually was thinking about grenade belt first because I like to, I do really like smoke, especially since the night vision scopes can see right through it, which if you stick it on your landing area, then you're kind of concealed, and it's pretty nice like that. But extra magazines, when I drop behind a bunch of enemies, I find myself often running out of ammo, and that is actually the main thing that kills me opposed to the enemies themselves. And double C4. I have one stick of C4 currently, and it's very useful, but at the same time, you can't take out vehicles. You can only take out a Sunderer if it's like at half health already. So really double up on your C4 and kind of make it a priority. That said, when I use the Drifter pack, I like to play very stealthy. Death from above if I can help it. Smoke grenades are a great way to cover your landing zones, and C4 is extremely useful for taking out loads of enemies huddled near a Sunderer. I know a lot of people who talk about using a shotgun with drifters, and it's definitely a viable option, especially if you're into the less sneaky aspect of things.
Enemy Sunderer spotted.
Keeping an elevated position is extremely important for a drifter, and that's because it's the only time that you'll be able to take full advantage of your toolset. So when you drop into a hot zone, try to put yourself on the highest point of the facility, or just pretty high up. When you're fighting over a watchtower or tech plant or anything with an elevator, you can use them to your extreme advantage. But if you are stuck fighting on wide open flat terrain like the icy tundras of Izmir, using a vehicle is always an option. So fighters with an ejection seat or flashes with turbos are a great way to get that vertical advantage when there is none. The burning wreckage of a fighter usually causes enough of a distraction that people won't notice you when you bail out, and flashes can give you some lift if you find a nice ramp to turbo boost them off of. But, you know, these are just my thoughts on the drifter jump jets, and I'm really interested in what you all have to say. How do you use your drifters? I'd like to know in the comments below, so please leave one. And remember to tell your friends to subscribe to this channel, and be sure to like the video if you found it interesting or helpful. Thanks folks, Wrel signing off.